What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna be doing something a little different. I haven't done these often, but I'm doing it. I will be ranking every Flash season today, and I'll give you some reasons, of course, on why. Um, I haven't been doing a lot of ranking videos lately. And I've done them a while back. I've done like a Fortnite seasons. Pop figures I've ranked a lot. But since my YouTube channel is now called Flash Kid because I'm addicted to Flash, it makes sense if I do this. Um, yeah, I thought maybe we do another ranking video, and yeah, I thought this would make most sense to do for the Flash. All right, so let's hop right into it. So I put together this little presentation before, so now we got this. All right, let's do this. Starting off top. Oh yeah, I forget to mention we're going from best to worst. We're going from the top. Let's do this. Of course, at number one we have season one. It's obvious. We got season one. We got everything we could have expected and hoped for. We got the Reverse Flash. We got Barry the Prime Flash. We got this is just season one was overall just awesome. We had we had OG Flash. We had Reverse Flash, which is that's probably like everyone's most favorite villain that not only was in season one but was in other seasons as well. But yeah, overall, I don't think I have to explain how good the season was. The episodes were great. People weren't complaining about the CGI at the moment, but overall, all in all, I don't think I could find anything bad about this season. So, that's the top. All right, next up at the number two spot, we have now. Let me explain for a sec when I do this. Season three. Now, season three and season two are both they're both amazing. Now a lot of people say season two over season three. Most people they say this is all opinions, but most people have season two at the number two spot, but I have season three at this spot. Now I say this because season three I felt it had everything I could have wanted. Season 3 has my overall most favorite character almost in all the TV history I've seen. My favorite character of all time in any show, any movie that I've ever watched was in season 3, but they killed him off at the end, so that's my overall, and that character is H.R. Wells. You already know, guys. And I'm sure if you've seen The Flash, if you're watching this, because you clicked on this video probably because you're interested in The Flash. And season 3, it's just that guy was just so funny. So he had everything. He was so funny. He was a very good character. He deserved a lot better, and they killed him off at the end. They had not only that, I'm not finished. We got Savitar, which he was a good villain because he explains how he has a good origin story. How Barry is a time remnant from the future, or something like that. It had great development. The plot was very good. We had some very good characters in this season, and all in all, I think it was just a really good season, super successful. I honestly think season 3, in my opinion, it's better than season 2, but very close to season 2. And that is why I have, for the third spot, season 2. Now, season 2 was very, very close to season 3 for my list, but most people will disagree with me that season 2 is better than season 3. Now, season 2 is very good, very close to season 3, just from my opinion. Now, let's explain. Season 2, we pick up after Barry defeating the Reverse Flash, and we were introduced to a lot this season. We were introduced to the multiverse because in season 1 they didn't even know about it. We were introduced to our new main villain, no, not Savitar, Zoom. Now Zoom is another really popular liked villain. Now I would say that, and I'll agree with it. Zoom is probably the second best villain behind Reverse Flash. For the villains wise, I'm gonna go Reverse Flash, Zoom, Savitar, and then so on. But for me, season 3 stays on top of season 2. I just love season 3 so much. But season 2 is just as good because of course, we have Zoom, we have the multiverse where we've been learning about, Cisco gains his powers, and we also have another very good characters, amazing CGI, nothing to worry about here. Who else? Who else? We get our introduction to the Council of Wells too. Now that we know that there's the multiverse, well, I'm just gonna say they didn't call it the Council then, but now that we have the multiverse, of course, we learn everything about it, the infinite amount of possibilities, infinite amounts of Harrison Wellses, like so. That's why we got the introduction to Harry Wells, which is just almost just as good as H.R. Wells, but I love Harry and H.R. Wells. They're both amazing. Um, yeah, like for example, Harry was from Earth 2. HR in season 3 was from Earth 19. I don't know, I just loved HR's personality. But Harry is probably a good second place from my favorite Wellses. But that's why I'm keeping season 2 here at the third spot. But all in all, I mean, I just love this season. We got introduced to more, possibilities, more characters, so much good content in this season. It was just amazing. What else? What else? We got, you know, the Flash still in its prime and everything. It was just so good. I wish we can go back to these good days. But and don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love the Flash, no matter what season it takes place in. But this was the best time to be a Flash fan. I'm not saying I still love the Flash today, but I was gonna say that these days we miss him. But that's enough talking for this 3 spot. No, for the number 4 spot, we got yeah, 4. We got season 4. Now this was honestly, I don't think this season. I think this season is very underrated. Now a lot of people were thinking at this time the main villain was not that good. Obviously, they had Clifford DeVoe, aka the Thinker, as the main villain, and his master plan to make do this, take a satellite into the thing and turn every person in the world, like fry their brains or something like that. It was, yeah. I gotta say, I honestly loved this season. Now it's not obviously it's not my favorite, but it sits up there in the top 5. Well, right now it's in the top 4, the number 4 spot. Now, no, I'll explain what I like about this season. Like I need to. So his suit, as you can see, I think this is probably his best suit yet. Like, look, we got the stripes going in. We got more detail to the outfit now, or the suit. It looks a little more. There's more details on it. The suit is good. Overall, suit is good. Suit is underrated. Is underrated and good. Some people like the seasons 1, 2, and 3 suit, but I kind of like the additional stripes and stuff. They all little lines. I think it pops better in this season. All right, that's the suit. Next, we got Harry Wells back. Obviously, after season 3 ended, HR died, and they need. Of course, they're always finding a Wells to help them defeat the main villain, because um, it's known that the Harrison Wells, all the all the doppelgangers, they each have they're very the Harrison Wells Earth 1 was a genius, and most of them are pretty smart. That's why they always find a Harrison Wells to help them with their for smarts and stuff like that. And then that's why HR died. HR wasn't. I'll tell you, HR was not the smartest Wells, but he was one of my favorite Wells, and I just wish he. Well, my favorite Wells. He just had a great personality, and he deserved better, but he ended up sacrificing himself for Iris, and yeah. That's when they get the help of Harry Wells again from season 2. They get him back to help him defeat the Thinker. And, because since the Thinker is obviously like a genius, they needed another genius of their own. So get Harry Wells from Arc 2. He's a genius. He's really smart. Like, he's probably smarter than, we didn't really see much of Earth 1 Wells before Eobard Thawne killed him, but Harrison Wells Earth 2, he's just as good. He's funny, he has IQ, he has really high IQ, he's just a genius. And he's funny. But, Harry and HR, they're close. And what else was that like about the season? I think the villain, he wasn't amazing. I'll admit, the Thinker wasn't amazing, but he was alright. He was alright. And let me think. I mean, all in all, I think the plot was just fine. The character is just fine. I think this was one of now. There was some, there was a downfall of the Flash, during after season 5 or whatever. People started complaining about, I think most people can agree with me on this, but after season 5, the show started to go a little downhill, a little. I still love the entire series. I'm just saying, after season 4, it's just, it didn't feel the same. It's kind of like on Fortnite. If you guys play Fortnite, the first 4 seasons of the game, they were amazing, but then people didn't really like it as much after. They were saying, oh, the OG times are seasons 1 through 4, and we miss it so much. I feel the same way for the Flash, about seasons 1 through 4. But then, we go for the number, the 5th spot, we got, for the 5th spot, at my number 5 spot for Flash seasons, I have Season 8. Now, Season 8, if you haven't heard, it's just it just aired, and it actually the season finale was recently. It was probably not even a month ago. Maybe it is a month ago. That's very close. I gotta say, this was one of the, I gotta say, seasons 5, 6, and after season 4 we had 5, 6, 7, 8. I gotta say, season 8, I gotta say, they really made a comeback. Most people didn't really like the show after season 4, I mentioned. But people started watching after season 5. I mean, season 5, I'll say that first. I'm just gonna say season 8 was very good, and I'll explain. Season 8, it just felt like the comeback part of the show. We have, of course, we actually have some, we have something to focus on. I mean, there were a few different parts. First of all, we started the season off with the 5-part event Armageddon, and I gotta say that was amazing. I loved that 5-part series. I loved it. We got Reverse Flash back. We got the continue hit Reverse Flash's story, which is everyone's favorite villain. Let's just admit. We got after that 5-part event, we started learning about this new villain, Deathstorm, which was good because we had some episodes in the season to learn about Deathstorm, defeat him, and see it. It felt kind of good to see them working together for work like in the good old days when we started and then but I gotta say it's just it was good. It was really good. We had and then at the end of the season, this is a big part of the season 8. Season 8, it was good and all, but the finale was excellent. I loved the finale. We had the 2-parter negative part 1 and negative part 2. We had an episode before that, an episode. I think it should have been a 3-parter, but the episode before that, it kind of tied into this 2-part. So there was an episode, then negative part 1, and then negative part 2. I felt like the one before negative part one should have been like negative part one, then part two, part three. But anyway, I gotta say the finale was really good. We had more Reverse Flash. We had more to the story of Reverse Flash. Obviously, let me make this quick because we have Reverse Flash. We have it's a little too complicated to explain. Go watch season 8, or just go watch the finale. The first, I'd say if you haven't seen the season yet and you want to see some peak stuff, I say watch the last 3 episodes of the season because that was it was such a good 3 episodes. I love those 3 episodes. Now we focused on Eobard Thawne and his story and everything. Yeah, blah blah blah. We just season 8 had very good, had a few reverse flash stories. We had Armageddon, then we had the finale. He returns. I think it was good. But then in between the beginning and the end, we had more Deathstorm. I think all in all, it was good. I just gotta say, and for the people that are complaining about the CGI, it was better. They definitely, in my opinion, I think they made the CGI better. Now, I'm not complaining about the CGI. I'm just saying for those people that take the CGI seriously, I think it was better than 7. Anyway, let's keep going. This video is already 16 minutes. Okay, let's read this up. So, what are we at? What are we at? What? 6 spot? I think 6. Yeah, whatever. Let's just keep going. We got The Flash season 5. Now, season 5. Now, there was something, this season just did not feel as good. I think, honestly, season 8 beats it. Season 5 is like, I would say, where the show starts going from, high to a little bit downhill. Because I think the problem is season 4 was excellent. Or, well, it was somewhere close, it was almost excellent. Then season 5 had a little made the show a little sloped down because let's just admit the main villain in this we had a main villain for this, and it was Cicada. Cicada was probably the worst main villain I could have. Everyone agrees with that. This is the main villain. The main villain. Them focusing on defeating. It was not that good. I gotta say the villain. It was not a good villain. That's all I gotta say. And then we obviously have the introduction of Nora, but she was cool and all. She was cool. But the villain, not good. The plot, the plot. I don't think it was as good. We had the suit. Yes, we can't really see it in this image, but the suit. It was probably my least favorite suit. The suit. I didn't like the suit at all. Plot. I'm just gonna say my dislikes: plot, villain, suit, and I just didn't really like it. And I feel like I put season 8 over this because suit was alright. Plot was definitely, I can agree, better than season 5. Villains were better. So that's why I put season 8 above 5. All right, let's keep going. Season 5. Then we got season 6. Now, season 6, I can tell you, season 6 aired around 2020. Yes, it took place in 2020. Now, I gotta say, this season was really, it was just not good. I'm gonna be real with you guys. And I can explain for that. Now, this took place in 2020, right? Let me start with one of the things I disliked. The finale. Now, let me explain. The finale, it wasn't even a finale. They didn't even get to finish, they couldn't even finish, their goal of defeating the Mirror Master, that mirror lady that took Iris into or whatever. Like, yeah, they had this mirror lady or something at the end. Obviously, they defeated Bloodwork and all that in the beginning, but then at the end of season 6, they couldn't even finish defeating the next villain. And that's why in season 7, they picked up of still trying to defeat that villain. Now, the reason why, most people don't really know this, but I think the reason why was because the pandemic. Think about it. It's 2020, and this was around the time where things were not being done. Like they had to stop the season early for the pandemic reasons, quarantine reasons like that. Then and that's why I think the finale was ruined this season. It was just not a good finale. Plus, it was just the villains were not great. Bloodwork was pretty bad. Mirror Lady was not very good. I think it could have had a better plot. I think it could have. I mean, yeah, COVID wasn't. I'm not gonna say it was completely their fault, the show's fault. I think it was just the what was going on. Quarantine hit, and then that locked hold down the show for a bit. Um, yeah, I just gotta say finale was bad because there was no finale when you think about it. Plot was bad. Plot was kind of bad. And characters were all right. I'll say characters were all right. Like Ralph was here, Cisco was here, and now for what you guys probably already know due to all the other seasons, but the worst season, or my least favorite, however you want to put it, is season 7. There's I can go on for a while about. I'll give. I can't. It's already been 21 minutes. Holy crap. Let me just make this short for you guys. Characters. Cisco was a great character. He left. Tom Cavanaugh. All the Harrison Welleses died and left. The show. Like 2 of my favorite characters left the show. So, very early into the season. What else? This is when I'll admit the CGI wasn't as best as it was before. Remember, I'm just gonna fully let you guys know I am not trying to hate the show in any way. I think the CGI was better before. CGI was not as good, in this season. Then I think overall I can just say the quality of the looks, like the editing of this season. I think the problem. I'm just making a prediction how this season could have been better if they had a higher budget. Now think about this. They're starting up the season, trying to fix the end of season 6. Oh yeah, for another thing, Ralph wasn't in the season. Ralph the actor got fired, but he did some crazy stuff. But that's not really their fault. But they had to fire him. He was inappropriate, doing bad stuff. You guys can look that up on your own why. But his characters were not. Characters were starting to go. The budget was very low. I can tell by the footage and everything. I think they had a low budget. Now, I think this is because 2021, we were still kind of in the pandemic. We're trying to get back into the routine of doing the show again after the pandemic, and they're still on a low budget. Which, if low budget, that makes that can, if you have a low budget, that's not that good. That you can easily kind of mess up the show a bit. Now, villains. We're still trying to get that Mirror Lady and get Iris back from that mirror dimension or something like that. I haven't watched that season in a while, but there was one thing I liked about the season, and that was the finale. Finale was pretty good, and then obviously Barry and Reverse Flash team up to take on Godspeed. But Godspeed was a good villain. The Mirror Lady was just awful, I'll admit that. But yeah, they defeated Godspeed. Well, Reverse Flash killed him. Barry got mad. And then we pick up with Armageddon in the next season with, Thawne again. And where he tries to get revenge because obviously it's shown at the end of season 7 that Barry is faster than him. So then Reverse Flash has another planet Armageddon and blah blah blah. Yeah, anyway, that's it. This video shouldn't have been 24 minutes, but if you guys enjoyed, please subscribe and hit the like button because this took a lot of time. I'm gonna try. For some reason, on YouTube, my comments automatically turn off, so I'll have to manually turn them on later. But in the comments, if it's up, please let me know what your thoughts are, and if you can differ in any way. But this is just my opinion. Everyone has the right to their own opinions. Please don't, give hate in the comments or anything because it's just fully on my opinion and I respect yours and I just ask if you guys can respect mine, please. But anyway, leave your thoughts in the comments and I will see you guys in the next video. Alright guys, peace.